Alright folks, so it's Saturday morning, about 6:30 right now. See all the fog on the horizon, but as you can see, I've got my string here. I'm going to get ready to start setting these posts. So yeah, this is today's project. I'm going to try and get all these posts put in the ground. And that way I can get the header boards on. Basically get it laid out. And then I can run a hot wire on the outside to keep the cows off this part. What I'm going to end up doing is the center, there's going to be 2 posts here. What I'm going to do is drill a bolt or a pin, put down the concrete, then drill a hole up in the bottom of the post, set the post on the pin, and then I'm going to get some angle and put some anchor bolts down into the concrete for the 2 center posts, and the end post is going to be out here just past the end of the concrete. So the end one will be in the dirt. I'm basically just going to get the perimeter laid out today. So I'm not for sure, I haven't measured yet, but I kind of think that post right there might be in my way of the alley here. I've got to come out 10 foot from that last shed post, so I don't know if I'm going to get that part done today or not. My plan is I want to redo the alley so it comes basically right along the end of the concrete there. It's going to come more even with the edge of where the shed is now. And I don't know how I'm going to do the turn on the inside for sure yet, but I just want to move it back over that way and do it all out of wood and get rid of these gates that have been destroyed and everything. So I don't know if I'm going to get this post or these 2 posts set for sure today. I don't know for sure. We'll see if I get that far. I know I could probably get this post set here, but it's going to be the one or 2 in there that I'm not for sure. It's going to be 2 posts. So we'll see if we get that far today. But anyways, I've got the first line pulled. I need to go get the posts and get them over here and get the postal auger and the skid loader. And I'm going to set this corner post first. And then that way I can hook the string to it and then pull everything off of these 2 points. So we're going to start with that and go from there. So stay tuned. Well guys, I got most of the posts set. I've got 1 more to go right here, 2 more to go over here, and then obviously the center ones are going to be at a later date. So anyways, I got these set. You can see they're taller than them. I need to trim them off. One of them, I need to take the top because I'm going to have to cut it 2 feet, and I'm going to have to add it to the top of this post because this post isn't quite tall enough. But I always buy the post longer than I need because it really sucks to always have to add to every post. I'd rather just add to one. So you got to trim money off of this one, add money to that one. And then these posts, when they go on the concrete, I'll have to cut about 1 foot off the top of them to be the same height as that one. So, and I like having blocks off the end of those because they come in handy for a lot of other things. But then you can see I started working on this alley too. It's 10:30 right now. It's getting hot. I have not eaten anything yet today, so I'm about ready to call her quits for the day, or at least for a while, and go downtown and find something to eat and whatever. But so I moved this over. I'm trying to come off the corner of the shed, and then there's just a big enough opening here for me to go through when we're working cattle. So it's not perfect. I got to get the other stock tank down here so I know where to put the last post here, because then I'm going to put another post on the other side of the stock tank and build a wooden box around it, like a feeder panel, so that way my steers can't climb in it and bend the heck out of them like they did that one. And then the place downtown is closed right now. I need to get more round posts, but I'm going to put round posts between each one of these 3 gates here and put lumber on. And then there will be another gate. I should look at the camera when I do this. There'll be another post right in here, and then there will be wood from that post to the shed, but then I'm going to leave a gate right in here. And then on this side I'm going to do the same. I'm going to leave a gate so when snow slides off the roof I can get in there and scrape the snow out so it's not a big ice chunk all winter long in case I need to run somebody through the chute. But when I come back from town, I'm probably going to figure out where I want this post right here and get him set. And then I have enough lumber here that's long enough. I'm going to do this curve. It's going to be somewhat of a curve. So get a post set here, and then I'm going to run a string to that post right there. I'm going to cut those 2x out when I'm ready. Now my camera is acting funky again. So I'll get a straight line there where I want it. Then that way, you can see I got a pile of posts there. I'm going to put the posts in every 12 feet for right now, and then just put these gates up. And then I'm going to add the lumber later. But this side I'm not as worried about lumber. This side I really want lumber on. And then I want to run 2 to 3 strands of high tensile wire in there, so the calves and steers and whatever aren't pushing on these panels all the time. And then I'll just use gates on this side for right now, and then when I get time I'll put lumber on this side too. I'll just put, like I say, posts every 12 foot. Put the gates up for now, and then when I'm ready to put the lumber on I'll come back and drill holes in between them for lumber. Who knows, maybe I'll drill all the holes right away and put the posts in, because honestly posts could fit behind here. But I was working with steers on the backside, and I just had one poly wire there. I tore everything down and then started building it just with that poly wire, so I want to get that much of it done today. And nothing else, who knows, maybe I'll just put lumber on the cow side with one gate down there and finish that side later when the steers leave, that way they're not in the way. But anyways, this is how far I am right now. I want to get the buck on the skid loader and try and clean some of this crap out and grade it so it kind of runs away. So yeah, I'm going to run and find something to eat, get something to drink, come back, set a post here, put lumber from that there to that post, and then yeah, I'll be ready to put the rest of those in, and who knows, maybe if I get ambition I'll finish that today. But I'm thinking tomorrow morning I'm going to finish these 2 posts on this side along here, and then I've got to do a bunch of trimming where this stuff is, like those header boards I need to trim back so I can come off of there. Same with right there, I'll have to do that up there too. But I'm probably going to do that this evening, because I have a laser level that I can set probably on that post right there, and I can shoot it right off that header board all the way across these ones, and know where to put the nail at to help hold my boards up there while I nail them on. I'm going to get these headers put on, and then I have 2x6s to put across the top of here for nailers that'll stiffen these up. And like I say, tomorrow morning probably get those 2 posts set, then I'll get those headers on, and I'm just going to put poly wire around the outside of it for right now to keep the cows out. This right here is a 16-foot opening. I'm going to put a 16-foot gate here. That way I can bring round bales or big square bales or small square bales, any whatever, right in here, and I can stack them right along here for the horse and for bedding, whatever else. And then obviously this will be straight through for running whoever around. And then once I get these other 2 posts set in here, I can come off them for the calving pens. So and I might, what we're thinking, we've been talking about extending this concrete all the way out over to the horse gate there and coming all the way out and going past, and I'm doing a little bit of an apron on the outside. And what I might set it up so I can come in here and scrape these pens out, but then I might set it up so I can raise my pigs next year in these pens during the summer. That way you're not just spending $2,500 on calving pens and hay storage. It can also be used for other stuff during the summer. So that's what I got going on right now. And down the road, what I might do, I kind of like to build steel curves here for going into the chute. And what I'm actually thinking about doing down the road is moving the chute over a couple feet, so there's only about a 3 to 4 foot opening in here. And then redoing that end, and move the trailer and everything over, and then make this center will be open more, so I can run the gator down the center of it. So, but that's not gonna happen this year, I don't think. So, for right now, this is, like I say, kind of temporary, because I'm kind of thinking if we can get this pile burnt this winter and get it all moved around, I kind of like to just keep adding on to this shed, and then set it up so I can just set posts out along the outside here. It's hard to video when I'm standing right on the top of what I'm talking about. Just come off this post, the outside post, set posts, and make an alley following this wall, so it'll be underneath the eaves, and then make it so there's a curve in and a curve into the chute. Because I kind of like to put the shed going out this way, and I haven't decided yet. It's kind of backwards to put the lots on the north side of the building, but I'd really like to put them on the north side of the building, leave the south open, just put gates so they can't get through. That way sun shines in the shed, but then the lots are here and come right off that concrete right into the lots. Because I'd really like to finishing this, take it back down, and that way I can use this concrete for parking equipment on and whatnot, but that's a later date. So anyways, this is kind of why it's temporary, because I don't know, I want to build something else for the cattle, which you all know I've discussed that before. So I'm just going to use these posts that are here for right now, and like I say, probably going to move the chute and the alley over, build some steel curves in here, and then if I add on this other part for cattle, then I'm going to bring the alleyway right along the wall here on the outside. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. But anyways, and then the other thinking with putting the shed right off the end of here is, honestly, if I kick the calves out, or the steers, and I run a cow into their shed and sort her out that's starting to calve, I can swing a gate open, run her into the steer lot, or the steer shed, calf shed, when there's nobody in there. And then honestly, if I have this gate open, she's going to run in here, and I can have a gate open in here and run them right into whichever pen without having to go all the way through the alley. So, I don't know, I'm sitting there writing down all the pros and cons of each idea. So, if I end up going this route, I'm probably going to, I don't know, I'm going to pay attention this winter to how much wind blows around through back here and see, you know, if it would be a wise idea to put them on the north side of the shed or not. Otherwise, I might have to offset the building so I can have them on the south, but it'd be a lot easier if they're on the north, you know, that type of thing. But anyways, this is how far I've gotten. I'm going to move my tools here in case the cows come back, and I got to grab all this lumber and get out of the way, or maybe I'll just run a poly wire around the outside of this right now so I don't have to worry about the cows coming in here if they do come back, and I'll make another update when I get that far. Thanks for watching, everybody. Alright, so I'm going to add this little bit before I forget, because I know somebody's going to give me grief about buying posts that are longer than I need, and then that one's shorter than it needs to be. Well, that was, yeah, a mistake on my part. But each one of these, when I trim them off, I'm going to be able to cut at least 2 pieces off of there that I use. See, like on that header I put in there to hold the rafter? And the same up here. So that's what those stubs will be for here in the future. Because I don't put posts every 6 foot. I like having it so I can use gates on the outside to make it universal. So that is kind of the reason why the posts are longer on the outside, because I wanted those extra pieces to cut off the top, and normally you gotta trim the posts anyways. So that's what the stubs will be used for off of those, because there will be a rafter in between each of these posts all the way down. So that's what those stub pieces will be for. And then I'll need, like I say, 2 feet on the top of that one. And it's not even going to be a total of 2 feet. So before anybody gives me grief about that, that is why I bought the posts longer. You got to cut them anyway, so might as well cut them and get the stubs out of there. So that's what those are for. So before anybody gives me any grief, that's why.